You wake up at 5 a.m., force yourself into workout clothes, grab a quick breakfast, and battle traffic to reach your office by 8. The promotion you've been eyeing requires this level of commitment, you tell yourself. Your phone buzzes with emails through dinner. You cancel plans with friends, again, to finish that presentation. This has been your life for the past 3 years. The corner office seems closer now, but something feels off. That hollow feeling in your chest grows despite each achievement. You're climbing faster than your colleagues, yet the view isn't what you expected. What if you're scaling the wrong wall? Many of us chase accomplishments that were never our own to begin with. We absorb goals from parents, peers, social media, and cultural expectations. We pursue careers that promise status rather than fulfillment, relationships that look good on paper rather than feel right in our hearts. The Roman philosopher Seneca warned about this over 2,000 years ago. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The anxiety you feel about abandoning this path exists mainly in your mind. Your fear of judgment keeps you climbing a ladder that may lead nowhere meaningful. Consider Alex, a 32-year-old marketing executive who spent 8 years climbing the corporate ladder. His Instagram showed business-class flights and networking events with celebrities. His parents bragged about his 6-figure salary. Yet alone in hotel rooms between meetings, he felt nothing but emptiness and exhaustion. I realized I was living someone else's definition of success, he told me. My father wanted financial security after growing up poor. My mother valued prestige. I absorbed their fears and goals without questioning. Alex's story reflects what psychologist Carl Jung called living an unlived life. You perform the role assigned to you rather than discovering your authentic desires. Jung believed this disconnection leads to what modern psychologists now recognize as burnout, depression, and existential anxiety. The signs you're on the wrong ladder appear subtle at first. Sunday evening dread that creeps in earlier each week. Conversations about your work that leave you feeling hollow. Success that brings relief rather than joy. Daydreams about escape rather than advancement. Physical symptoms like tension headaches, digestive issues, or insomnia. These warning signals often get dismissed as normal stress or simply paying your dues. But they represent your authentic self trying to break through. Harvard psychologist William James wrote that the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. This desire often leads us to seek external validation rather than internal alignment. We climb ladders others can see and applaud rather than paths that fulfill us. The cost of continuing on the wrong path grows over time. Research by Dr. Bronnie Ware, who documented the regrets of dying patients, found that the most common regret was living a life others expected of me, not the life I wanted. No one at the end wished they'd spent more time at the office to earn that final promotion. Ryan Holiday, author of Ego is the Enemy, explains how attachment to external measures of success traps us. The ego wants recognition, power, and above all, self-importance. It blocks our path to fulfillment by focusing on the wrong rewards. The first step to finding the right wall requires painful honesty. Ask yourself, if no one would ever know what you do for work, would you still choose this path? What made you happy as a child before you learned what should make you happy? What work feels energizing rather than draining? Whose life are you secretly envious of, and why? What would you do if you had 6 months to live? These questions cut through social conditioning to reveal your true desires. The answers might surprise you. They might terrify you. Jordan Peterson, clinical psychologist and author, suggests imagining your ideal life in detail, writing it down, and examining what stops you from pursuing it. Often, he finds, it's not practical limitations but fear of judgment or failure. Sarah, a former corporate attorney, described her transition. I kept postponing happiness. First, it was after law school, then after making partner. When I finally quit to open a small bookshop, my parents were horrified. My colleagues thought I'd lost my mind. Now I make less money, but I no longer need sleeping pills or therapy. The relief came not from achieving goals but from aligning with my values. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps, developed logotherapy based on his observation that meaning, not pleasure or power, drives human happiness. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, he wrote. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Your ladder might lead to a prestigious title, wealth, or admiration. But these external rewards can't fulfill you if they don't connect to your internal values. The wall supporting your ladder matters more than how high you climb. Making changes requires courage. You've invested years climbing this ladder. Starting over seems wasteful, even reckless. Family members might question your sanity. Financial security feels at risk. Remember that changing direction doesn't mean wasting your experience. Every skill transfers in unexpected ways. The discipline, people skills, and resilience you've developed remain valuable on any path. Start small. You don't need to quit tomorrow. Explore potential paths through volunteering, side projects, or conversations with people doing work that intrigues you. Test new waters before diving in. Philosopher Alain de Botton writes that we should question the definition of success we've inherited. We should focus on what we find meaningful rather than what others tell us to value. This means tolerating disapproval from people who benefited from your former path. True freedom comes from choosing your own wall, positioning your own ladder, and climbing at your own pace. The view from the top means nothing if it's not the view you want. Take a moment now. Look up from your climb. Survey the landscape around you. Is this wall worth your life energy? Does this ladder lead where you actually want to go? If not, the time to reposition is now, while you still have the strength to climb.